Hi, welcome to Big Ted's Home and Garden. In this video we're going to take a look at the Kindle e-reader. This particular model is the 10th generation Kindle, which was released in 2019. It's the cheapest Kindle you can buy on the Amazon website. I will put an Amazon link in the description below if you want to check out the latest price. So, in this video we'll take a look at what's inside the box, how you set it up, the key features of the Kindle e-reader, how you can alter features such as the font size and the brightness, and we'll look at how the Kindle performs in different light levels, including very bright sunlight. This is the box that the Kindle's supplied in. It's small enough to fit inside Amazon's letter-sized packaging, so you don't have to worry about it being left out in the rain or stolen off your doorstep if you're not in when it's delivered. Inside the box there's an inner plastic sleeve which slides out, and then within that you've got the Kindle itself which slides out the side as shown here. This is the black version of the Kindle. You can also get the same model in white. It's wrapped in a cellophane wrapper, which you just remove by peeling it off here. You can see it's a good size to hold in your hand. The actual dimensions are 160 by 113 by 8.7 millimeters, or 6.3 by 4.5 by 0.34 inches. Weight's about 174 grams or 6.1 ounces, which is about the same as a mobile phone. Also inside the box there's a very brief quick start guide, that's it. And then there's the warranty instructions in several different languages. And then if you look in the bottom of the plastic sleeve you'll find the USB charging cable. This is a USB 2 charging cable. It's about 4 feet long. There's no plug supplied with the Kindle, so you'll have to use an existing charger or a wall socket with a USB port. On the screen of the Kindle, when you take it out of the packaging, there's actually instructions showing you how to turn it on. The buttons on the bottom of the Kindle are shown here. You can see the green LED coming on and then the screen illuminating. When you first turn on the Kindle, it goes into startup mode. This takes about 20 seconds. I've shortened it for the purposes of this video. And then when the startup's complete, you'll be asked to select your language. You can see from the screen there's a choice of 11 major languages. Once you're happy with the language, press Get Started. Kindle then prepares itself for use. This takes about 90 seconds. One really nice touch of the Kindle is that if you've already got existing Kindle devices, like I have, it comes with your details such as your Wi-Fi already loaded. If you're happy to use this existing account, just click on Continue with this account. Otherwise, you can set up a fresh account. You'll then be prompted to add your telephone number. This is totally optional. I choose not to. You'll then be given the option to sign up to Kindle Unlimited. Before you're taken to a brief navigation guide while the Kindle updates with your details. The updating takes about 30 seconds, so I'll just speed this bit up. When it's finished updating, you'll be taken to your home screen. From the home screen you can access your library, that's at the top of the page, and then there's recommendations, some of which are or are not included in your Prime membership. You can also access the settings menu. Now you can scroll up or down just by using your finger, as you can see here. Now you can see that the Kindle is totally black and white, there's no colour, but the screen resolution is actually pretty good. Now your account may be automatically loaded, but your books are not automatically downloaded. You'll have to do that manually. So we'll download this particular book, Erebus, and you'll see that it only actually takes a few seconds to download, and it's quite a big book. I think it's over 400 pages. There we go. To open the book, just simply click on the book cover again. And as your book opens, you'll be taken to a book navigation screen. 3 simple commands: tap right to move forwards, tap left to move back, and tap the top of the page for the toolbar. I'll just scroll through a couple of pages so you can see how it works and you can see how clear the text is. This is on the default settings as the Kindle is supplied. I'm then going to click on the top of the screen to bring up the toolbar and then close the book and go back to the home page. You can adjust the font size by using your finger and thumb just like you would on a mobile phone. That brings up this box which you can then use to either increase the font size or decrease it. You can see there's a massive range. Should be something to suit everyone there. You can also adjust the brightness of the screen. You do this by bringing up the toolbar and then pressing the arrow at the top. That then brings up this sliding scale which you can use to adjust the brightness according to the ambient lighting conditions. Now obviously the brighter the screen, the shorter the battery life. I've actually found battery life to be very good. Amazon claim that the battery should last 4 weeks based on half an hour reading a day with the wireless off and the light setting at 13. I've had this 2 weeks and I think it's currently on 63%. Now I bought this Kindle primarily for use on holiday, as I've always found that tablets tend to struggle in bright sunlight, and obviously a Kindle is much lighter than carrying actual books. This clip was shot in mid-afternoon on a hot sunny day in the Canary Islands, and you can see that despite the bright sunlight, the font is very clear and easy to read. The screen's not absolutely perfect. At the wrong angle you do get a reflection, as you can see, but you can easily get rid of it by slightly adjusting the viewing angle. Personally, I think this is pretty good. It's far better than you'd see on any tablet I've ever used. You can even place the Kindle flat on the table and still read it easily, even in bright sunlight. Now this was on a setting of 20, this is out of 24, so there's still some capacity to increase the brightness even further. So I've got to say, in terms of performance, I'm very impressed. You do, however, need to be aware of the limitation of the Kindle. It is simply an e-reader. You can't download games, you can't download apps, you can't surf the internet. You can, however, download audiobooks, and the Kindle has Bluetooth connectivity for connecting up with Bluetooth headphones or earbuds. The Kindle's got 8 gigabytes of onboard storage, which means you can download literally thousands of books. And the price of the Kindle edition of a book is often much cheaper than the cost of the physical book itself. If you do decide to buy a Kindle, you'll be offered the choice of with or without ads. The ads are just the start-up screen. You're straight into the book, they're not intrusive at all. So am I happy with the Kindle e-reader? I've got to say yes. It's lightweight, stores loads of books, and the performance in bright sunlight is excellent. So I hope you found this useful. If you have, leave a thumbs up. Any questions, leave a comment below, and don't forget to subscribe to Big Ted's Home and Garden. We'll see you soon.